a young student. And we can get them off the road, give them a help that I enjoy. So it's if you're doing things early in your life, and if you don't do it early in your life, when you get a little older, this body deteriorates.
Blood pressure, sleep disorder, HIV and AIDS, and more. So we're honored that Mr. Lippos will come down and share from his heart once again. Give him a hand, please.
I see you've been on our web. I didn't know exactly the makeup of the group tonight. If I knew they were going to all be young adults, I would have changed my attitude just a little bit. But since it doesn't matter. I'm going to speak to you just a little bit. I won't make it boring, hopefully. Keep in mind that I am a deacon. I've been a part of the church all my life. I don't know any other way to go except by being spiritual. I'm not a minister. I don't possess to be a minister. I wouldn't even try to be a minister. So I'm just going to say a few things to you tonight. And if you have questions, I'll be happy to help you out with this. I looked at the topic, how spirituality relate to marriages. I remember years and years ago, my wife and I, we went to one of these marriage encounters, and we just wanted to see what it was all about. That was before my daughter was born, and that's over several years ago. She's here. I saw her real quick. My wife and I have been together for 47 years. We dated each other for 8 years, and I'm just saying that is a part of me. And I'm just going to read a few things that I just jotted down. I woke up early this morning. I don't know why I was thinking about what I would say, and I was just going to do this. Let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Last year, I took a task of reading the Bible from cover to cover. Now, if that was my grandfather, he would have said from kibble to kibble. But from cover to cover, from Genesis all the way to the very end. And I enjoyed that, so I'm trying to go another way with that. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweeter flame, but lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. I don't care who you are, what you think you are, how much you think you're worth. If you don't have the Lord in your life, none of it will work. I am old school. I don't play around with it. I tell it just like it is. If you don't have the Lord in your heart and you don't profess what is being said, you're doomed, you're going to hell. I shouldn't have said it like that. But you need to keep it in your mind all the time. Early years, looking on the things that we've gone through, my wife and I, we've had a lot of fun. That's why I said earlier, you've got to do things early in your life. And if you don't do it early in your life, when you get a little older, This body deteriorates. I don't care what you do. I used to run track. I used to run across the bridge and come back. I used to do so many push-ups, I can't do 2 now. But that's okay. My mind still has it that I want to do so. So I'm going to take you down memory lane just for a second. I remember, oh boy, some good old days. I remember, now you know how far this is. I remember when gas was 27 cents a gallon. So that has taken you way back. And my wife will say to me, and I know she's going to say this on the way back home, we bought 75 cents worth of it. When we was going up, we was going out. That carried us for the week. Wow. Yes, sir. But I also remember there was no computers around. I see now when young people go out now, they are all texting. They're at the counter and they're out eating. And what are both doing? One texting here, one texting there. Where is the love there? I don't know what you guys be doing out. You could have stayed home and did all that. All of a sudden, okay, meanwhile. I remember when there was black and white TV. You can't even give a person a black and white TV now. I remember there was no calculators. When I was at the University of Pittsburgh back in 1959, when I had a math problem, I used to whip out my slide ruler. People don't even know what a slide rule is now. It's amazing how this, even today, I had a tutoring the other night, and I said to the kid, pull out your calculator, or pull out your iPhone, and look this up, and let's go ahead on and work this problem. Now, I want you to do problems in 90 seconds or less. So I said, I'm going to challenge Google. Google can do that same problem in 41 seconds. So I got to push up my ties now. So I'm going to tell kids they must do their problem in 90 seconds or less. I'm going to keep on pushing. I remember there was no cell phones. You had a home line when there was a caller party line. It was 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 people that when it rings, you pick up and you have to say, oh, it's for me, baby. It's next time. There used to be, you had a rough time. Sometimes you pick up the phone and you say, baby, can I use the telephone just for a second? That was the kind of things going on then. I remember when I first received my first car. My old man, my dad, says to me, son, you want a car? I said, no, Dad, give me a truck. I can't make no money with a car, so give me a truck. My girlfriend then would ride on a milk carton in my truck. We had no shame at all with our game, because whenever we want to go out, we had 75 cents, so we can do what we want to do with 75 cents. Can't do it now. We ate a little here today. I don't even know what they cost us today. I'm going back to check my bank account to see if I still have some money. That's all right. I remember one time this young lady was coming down the road. And it was 5 of us on the porch. And you know how fellas, when they get together, and you have a lady coming down the road, we say every kind of thing under the sun. That's why we have to keep the Lord into our mind all the time. So I said to these 5 fellas, fellas, you see that young lady there? That's going to be my wife. She was 15 years old then. And that was 58 years ago. Now I'm going to say this to you. You have to, I heard that. You have to treat the lady right, and the lady has to treat the man right. It's a partnership together. If you don't get those things together and talk to each other, as I mentioned to you earlier, I see people going to And I know some of you guilty in this right now. You go to eat, and all you do is whip out your telephone and you start talking. What you talking about on the texting all the time? Talk to each other. I just saw something. I won't say anything, but if I'm looking at you, I'm talking about you. Talk to each other. You have to, and you're not going to win all the time. In fact, most times you're not going to win. But you need to talk to each other. We don't have enough talking going on at all. And if you don't keep the Lord into it, it will never progress. I said I won't talk to you long. I do what I have to do to get where I want to go. And I'm going back to my seat. Thank you and have a good one.
Does anybody have any questions for James?
I don't need a mic.
Wait, I think he should go back.
Okay, well, I don't need a mic. Talk to me. Now, if you want to hear the truth, talk to me, gang.
I actually have a question for you.
Okay?
You say you've been married for 47 years, and that's remarkable, and hearing all your stories is incredible, but what do you think is the main source of the success in your marriage?
Equality, talking, getting to the root of whatever it is, and saying this is the way we're going to do it together. We've done that for years and years. My wife asked me to go with her just, what's the day, the 8th? Just yesterday. And we talked to each other about all kind of little signs. She can do her eye like this. I'm in trouble when she does that. But we talk. We talk about what we want to do and what's best for us. And we go and do it. If we don't think we can do it, we won't. So I think talking, communication is the key. If it's one-sided, it's not going to work. You have to talk and see what's best for the two of you. And I think we've done a pretty good job with that. We don't always agree. She don't always agree with me. I don't always agree with her. But what's best, and as we was growing up, what was best for our family, because we do have 2 little ones. And gang, I don't care. I'm going to say my son is 37 years old, and my daughter is older than that. But you have to take care of them. They didn't come here by themselves. And that's a lifetime commitment. So what you need to do is talk, communicate, and see what's best for the two that's going in this thing. And ask the Lord to give you the wisdom and the know-how to overcome any obstacles you may have. He'll do it for you if you're sincere with it. He'll do it, and he'll do it big time for you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I don't really have a question, but I have more of a statement. I am unmarried, but I could sit and listen to you and your wife just impart that kind of wisdom and knowledge for the success of what I will step into. But I think society has replaced people like you and your wife who have that kind of organic wisdom for celebrities and, you know, what's on television. They see what's in the media and the characters that are in the media as their role models now. So they see them get married one week and then they're divorced the next week, and they think that's the norm. But to hear stories like what you're saying, you know, it encourages me to know that, you know, there is a bond. The bond is still works when you're willing to work for it.
It will work. Yes.
You know, we often say a friend stick closer than a brother. Treat your mate as a friend. You know, some of us, our friends are more important than our mate. You can have a disagreement with a friend, but you make up. And they're your friend. You don't own them. Lots of people make the mistake. You are my husband. He's your partner. You don't own him. He does not own you. So get that understanding, you know. Jimmy can go wherever he want to go. You know how some people don't touch my man. You don't own him.
That's right.
Let him fly free. And trust, and he said, respect are the number one thing. When you lose trust in a person, you know, that's hard. It's hard to forget. We forgive mistakes and stuff, but when you lose trust in a person, it's hard to forget. And like he said, you always put the Lord first. People often ask, how did we last this long? I don't know. I have no formula. But I tell you, the minute I wake up in the morning, I say, thank you, Jesus. And lead and guide me. Teach me what to say. Teach me how to act, because I don't know from one minute to the next what I'm going to say or do. But I want to give him the respect, you know, he's due. And ladies, let's stop. We can do everything. We're independent. But let your man be the leader. Let him be the leader. And never put him down. Never put him down. And never go to sleep angry.